Hello and welcome to another episode of Nerds with Badges. I'm going to be recording on this laptop here. Sometimes there's input lag on my video for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe there's something I can go into the settings and fix. But anyway, I went to the Anime Expo, the Los Angeles Anime Expo over the weekend. I went Saturday, even though I wasn't feeling 100%. I actually have been dealing with a toothache for like the last few days, and today was the first day that it just kind of finally went away. So this is obviously something that I'm gonna have to deal with sooner than later. I may just have to get it extracted. My job does have like insurance coverage and stuff for dental, but it's still expensive as hell. People have suggested I go to Mexico to get the work done, but I gotta get like a lot of work done. I gotta get extractions. I gotta get implants. I need a root canal, just everything. So the last few days have been like really weird. I've been taking Tylenol like it's candy, and it helps. And then I think that my sinuses were somehow messing with my tooth, causing the pain as well. Because I've heard that can actually happen. So I was having trouble sleeping. I couldn't. It was hard to eat anything. I'm having to be careful. I have my coffee here, but I have to make sure that I let it cool off. Gotta be careful with hot and cold stuff. So Friday, I got that to look forward to, and then I got like probably gonna have to go to physical therapy for my arm. I'm still getting physical therapy for an injury that I got at my job. It was 2 months ago, I guess. So this has been a lot going on. I think my brain has just really been trying to like bounce back so I can focus on my projects. Cartoon is still done. It's not done. It's still being worked on. Still got a lot of work to do, and I still plan to get back into filming on my project this year. I actually haven't even started filming on my Sons of a Legend film that I planned, but I wanted to have it done by Halloween, so we got to go into production pretty soon. It's already July, and time is just flying by, and it takes time to do special effects on these things. So if I don't have a lot of special effects, the editing might go pretty quickly, and I got to start learning some of this stuff myself, including learning how to use AI, because that actually helps out. I know a lot of people hate AI, but I mean it does have some benefits, some beneficial value. So like I said, I went to the Anime Expo. It was nice. It was really crowded. They were saying like 400,000 people were there. And when I went on Saturday, it was hot outside. It was really crowded. I went there with one thing on my mind. It always works for me when I go to these things with like a mission. So my mission was to find and play the Kaiju number 8 game that's coming out. This is a mobile game that's also going to be available on Steam. I don't know about the consoles. Maybe they will do that later. Um, but if it's going to be on Steam, I would imagine that they were going to let you use controllers because, like, when I played it, I had to play it on a phone and I had to use touch controls. And it's so awkward for me. I don't like using touch controls. I mean, it sucks that there's some games that force you to use it, and trying to play games on the keyboard. It was a game I actually was trying to play this weekend, and it was only supported by keyboard. It was a Beyond Two Souls or something like that. It's an old PlayStation game, but for some reason it requires you to use a keyboard. So I couldn't even like get the character to walk or anything. This is really, just trying to make her walk around, and it was really difficult trying to use WSD and space or whatever. So I was really having trouble playing Kaiju number 8 game on the phone. It was broadcasted to like a bigger screen, but it was really awkward. It was almost like playing an RPG. It felt like playing an RPG where you input commands and then the character just does it. So it didn't really seem like you could really walk around. So it wasn't what I was expecting, but I guess they had to put something together relatively quickly. I don't know. They make these design decisions when they make some of these games. Just like the Godzilla game that I like playing a lot. Like they really could have added an actual block button, and yeah, a dash button would have been really cool for some of the monsters. But like, um, I don't know why some decisions are made when games are done. Now, speaking of decisions when games are done, they actually canceled Perfect Dark, which I was really like just just shocked. I don't know what's going on. I love Microsoft. It's like I love Sony, Nintendo. Man, these companies, they all are guilty of doing things that sometimes just like what the actual hell? Why would you cancel a game that has already been millions of dollars have been spent? The game's been in production for a long time. I don't know, man. I don't know. Microsoft has done some really cool things. I think Game Pass is a good idea. The fact that you can play games with a subscription without having to actually buy the games. It's like you would pay for Netflix, or any of the streaming services. And the fact that you can stream the games now, just that I know the price is probably gonna go up at some point. It always does. Um, but I was really shocked with Microsoft. They let go of the studio that did Hi-Fi Rush, which was such an awesome game. And I don't know what they're doing with Halo. I guess we're gonna be getting another Gears of War at some point, a new one. I know they just released like a collection, a remastered collection of a few of the games. I think is it just one? Or is it one and two? I think it's I don't know if it's the first two or just the first, but I know that it came on PlayStation and a lot of people just kind of being weird about it. Like what it's just companies need to make money, man. I mean, so it makes sense to put games on multi platforms. Some exclusives I can understand, but a lot of games, a lot of developers, man. I mean, I don't know how much they pay these people, but they, definitely simple math. You make more money when you have more people playing your game. It's just not locked behind, one platform. Helldivers 2 is actually coming to Xbox. And I remember, I bought that game and I played it a little bit, and I know there was some controversy when Sony was requiring people to have an account or something. Like after 6 months, like you couldn't play it anymore if you didn't have a PlayStation account. There were like 150 territories that were affected, and Sony just backtracked on that. It's another weird thing. Like I said, companies sometimes they make these really weird decisions. I've been enjoying the Switch too. I guess this is going on. This is going on week two for me. I think it's week two. I think I've had it for I've had it for like 2 weeks. It feels like it might have been a little longer than that. But I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart World, of course. I've been playing Fast Fusion. I tried out the little manual thing that kind of like shows you, you know, things about the system. I really didn't care for it. I think I played it for all of 15 minutes, and I did a video, and I think I deleted it. I think I deleted it because it's like this really was underwhelming to me. I did pre-order the Donkey Kong Bonanza game. I got a chance to play Cyberpunk when I was at the IGN Live. It was kind of like cumbersome trying to play and hold my tablet in one hand, trying to film, and it looked really good. Street Fighter looked really good. I've been playing the demo. They have a demo of Street Fighter 6 on the Switch too. It lets you make your own character, and you kind of. I didn't finish it, but it sucks that you have to start basically like when you start the game and you play, get to a certain level, you turn the game off. You got to start over again. Your character's still there that you made, but you still have to like start over again with with all the basics. So it just kind of sucks that it doesn't save your progress. But when you do buy the game, just like on the other platforms, if you buy the game and you play the demo, the character that you created just goes over to the actual game. So I don't know. I'm really pinching pennies now. I'm really on a serious budget. I think the last major game purchase for me. Probably the last game purchase actually for 2025 for me might be the Marvel Cosmic Invasion game. Looking for that. I think they have a release date for that yet, but I know it's coming out like later this year. The same company that made that game, which is like a side scroller fighting, they have another game that I played last night. I think it's called Astrum or something like that. It's a demo actually. The game is not out yet, but it's like a side scrolling beat 'em up. But you're like a dwarf, and this like female warrior. I guess she got like some kind of magical powers and stuff. But I think that it'd be really interesting to see a side scroller game like Golden Axe, for example, but like the same style as it is, as not necessarily make it a 2D fighter. Give it like maybe have it like be 3D and open world, but still maintain the mechanics of like the 2D side scrolling fighting. Just take all that and bring it into like a third dimension. I don't think I've seen that done quite yet. So I don't know what Sega's planning to do when they're bringing back those games. But and I would really like to see them make a game, an actual game of that Matrix demo that came out years ago, like a full game utilizing that technology. This was Unreal 5, I guess. It'd be really cool to see them do something like that. There's a lot of things that, man, companies are just kind of like, I don't really think that they're taking, the big companies anyway, they're not really taking risks with putting out like sequels and not really doing a lot of. It seems like the indie developers are the ones that are doing really cool creative stuff. That's my opinion. Maybe it's because they don't really have a big budget. They have to be creative. But one of the cool things about Nintendo is that even though they might not have the most powerful system, they've always done some really cool stuff with their technology. And I think that the industry is really feels interesting how these AAA games, the companies are kind of slowing down with them because of the budgets. It costs like $200 million to make a game. Um, yeah, that's a problem. I've been doing Predator marathon the last couple of weeks. I started watching Predator, and then I watched Predator 2. I watched the Predators, and then it was produced by Robert Rodriguez, the Dale Mariachi movie. Basically, these guys are like on this planet, and they run into Lawrence Fishburne, and they have to deal with these predators that have like dog predator creatures. And then I watched Alien vs Predator, which I saw in the theater when it came out. And then I watched Aliens vs Predator. No, what was it? No, it was The Predator. And now I'm watching Predator Aliens vs Predator 2 Requiem, I think it's called. And there was a cartoon that came out recently, a Predator cartoon, and I think I have Prey. I don't know if I bought it. I know that's on Hulu. I don't think that might not be for sale yet. That was the one with the dealing with the people like in the past, like prehistoric times, having to deal with the predators. And the aliens. There's an Avengers comic that just came out, Avengers versus Aliens, and then last year is Black Panther versus Predator, and they also have now um, Spider-Man versus Predator, which is really it's interesting. I think there's only 4 issues, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm on like issue 3, and Craven the Hunter is getting involved. It's really cool that they're doing crossover stuff. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll get the DC versus Marvel game that we all been wanting. And speaking of DC, the Superman movie comes out this week. I'm surprised I haven't really seen much in the way of promotions. Like back in the day, a movie would come out and it'd be like a game. But there is some Krispy Kreme donuts I saw that had like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman designs on That was pretty cool. I might have to order some of those, but I haven't seen like any. I haven't seen like any billboards anywhere. Um, Usually I see billboards for a big movie like that. You think there'd be like billboards, toys, you know. Um, so I don't know. It just seems like it's been kind of a subdued release, just to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not really paying as much attention. But I swear, when back in the day when movies would come out, they would promote the hell out of it. I don't know. The companies just don't want to spend the money. This thing will keep my coffee for pretty much all my shift. I mean, it's not quite as hot around the 6th hour, I would say. Um, but if I didn't open it, you know, I would probably just stay like completely hot. So like I said, I gotta sip it because of my tooth. I feel like there was something else that I wanted to talk about, man. I can't remember. I had a few weird dreams this week. I don't know what's going on. I think usually when I have dreams, there's a creative spurt that's happening. So I've been thinking about some things. I've been, have some ideas that I need to put to paper to bring into this film project and this animated project. Speaking of, I need to go right now. I called my animator. He goes to bed pretty early, and it's almost 10 o'clock. He goes to bed around that time. So that's it for today's Nerds with Badges, July 8th, 2025. I can't believe it. We are already over half of 2025 is already it's already done, and it's just time is just flying by. I will be definitely going to LA Comic Con later this year, so I'll do a video. I think that's sometime, if it's this month. I wanted to go to New York Comic Con this year. I don't know if it's gonna happen because I'm gonna probably um, do something for my birthday in August. I don't know. Actually, maybe I could just start planning for next year. And also, it'd be nice to go back to San Diego Comic Con. Maybe it might be a little bit easier to get tickets now. I don't know. I used to be before. I mean, it was like impossible to get tickets. But I'll see. But I'm gonna just sit down and just jot out like a roadmap because I think it helps when you have like a schedule, things planned, and look at stuff, and feel so overwhelmed. Anyway, that is the video for today. I'm gonna go now. It is 9:41 according to my computer, and make sure you like and follow, subscribe, comments, criticisms, respectful. Don't be trolls. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.